Good afternoon and welcome everyone, members of the new class of 2028, who I've had the pleasure of meeting a little bit this week. Your families and friends who are present, the dignitaries joining me on stage here, and all of our colleagues and guests joining us remotely via the live stream. I'm Dr. Leslie Sprunger, Associate Dean for Professional Programs in the WSU College of Veterinary Medicine, and a proud alum of the WSU College of Veterinary Medicine from the class of 1987. For those who may not know, the WSU Regional Program in Veterinary Medicine is based on cooperative agreements involving the states of Washington, Idaho, Montana, and Utah. The program capitalizes on unique strengths and opportunities available at Washington State University, Utah State University, and Montana State University to provide outstanding training for veterinary students. The largest cohort includes Washington and Idaho residents, as well as students from other states or sometimes other countries. And this group will spend all 4 years here in Pullman. The Montana-based group of 16 students will complete their first year in Bozeman, Montana at MSU, and then join the larger group here for years 2 through 4. The MSU group made the trip to Pullman for orientation week, and they are here with us today. The Utah-based contingent of about 30 students made an even longer trip to Pullman for the first 3 days of this week. They are now back in Logan, Utah, doing some additional orientation and will have their own white coat ceremony on Saturday to make it easier for more of their families and friends to share in the celebration. This group will spend the next 2 years in Logan, Utah, and then come to Pullman for the 3rd and 4th year of the program. All students receive their DVM degrees from Washington State University. I want to say a few words about the origins of this particular event. Columbia University Medical School held the first white coat ceremony for new medical students in 1993. The point was to impress upon students, physicians, and the public the important symbolic role of the white coat in patient-doctor interactions. The white coat is not a symbol of how super busy and important the doctor is, or how they know so much more than their patients, right? That is not what it's about. The white coat symbolizes that the primary responsibility of the doctor is to attend to the needs of the patient. Conferring the white coat at the beginning of the training is an opportunity to articulate and commit to these core professional values in the company of peers, family, faculty, and colleagues. That concept resonated and spread rapidly among health professions programs. The first white coat ceremony at WSU was in 1999 for the veterinary class of 2003. It serves as a formal welcome to the college and the profession and is the culmination of a busy week of orientation activities. Each student will receive a white coat generously donated by the Idaho, Montana, Utah, and Washington State Veterinary Medical Associations. And you'll see shortly as we introduce our students that the coats are indeed white. And right now they are very, very clean and wrinkle-free. They may not stay that way. And in fact, many of our students may ultimately spend more time in scrubs, coveralls, plaid shirts, jeans, and cowboy boots, or brightly colored smocks that may or may not have their favorite cartoon characters on them. It doesn't matter. The symbolism holds true of approaching each client and patient fully focused on their particular needs and unique situation. Before I proceed with introductions, I do want to acknowledge that events like these don't happen by magic, so I'd like to express our sincere appreciation for the hard work of the DVM admissions team, the Provost media team, including Scott Vick, Rob Baker, and Bill Tracy, and the Beasley Coliseum staff today, both for physical facility support and the tech support, enabling us to have this event here today. So now I'd like to introduce yeah, thank you. To introduce the people here on the stage with me in Pullman. Please just hold your applause until everybody's been introduced. And if you guys can just please stand when I call your names. First, we have Dr. Dory Borgeson, Dean, College of Veterinary Medicine, Washington State University. Dr. Garrett Ryerson, Assistant Director and Teaching Professor, Montana Cooperative Veterinary Medicine Program, Montana State University. Dr. Jeff Abbott, Assistant Dean for Professional Students, College of Veterinary Medicine, WSU. Dr. John Copeland, President of the Idaho Veterinary Medicine Association. And Dr. Gary Marshall, past President of the Washington State VMA and current Vice President of the American Veterinary Medical Association. Thank you all for joining me here and for having our guest. And I'd now like to invite Dean Borgeson to come up and extend some additional greetings.
2028. I'd also like to extend a warm welcome to family, loved ones, friends of our lovely class here. Thank you for supporting the dream, very small ways, very big ways, I'm sure, as our students progress to become veterinarians. And I'll tell you one thing, which is the support is not yet over. They're going to continue to need that for at least 4 more years. Class of 2028, or yes, 2028, I was thinking 2018. We meet again in a more formal ritual. I hope the time you spent with your classmates and colleagues was full of adventure, and the activities you shared are just the beginning of some long connections that will sustain you here, and some will be lifelong connections that will sustain you. I hope you're energized and hopeful. I hope that lasts even after the first finals. I hope you are, well, I'd say earlier this week, I introduced my professional self to you. I also answered the question, what does a dean do? Which I think is good for you to know. But here I thought I would spend a little more time telling you about the place and the program that you are joining so that your family can also know. For those of you who are now in Pullman, and for those of you who will join us, you're going to find the Palouse, picturesque hills and prairie, all developed by wind-blown sediments. You're going to notice the wind. You're going to find rivers, trails, and truly inspiring skies, sunrises and sunsets. In my humble opinion, you're also going to find a winter that overstays its welcome well into spring. At the college, you're going to find excellent educators at all of our locations. The Washington State University College of Veterinary Medicine Teaching Academy was the very first of its kind, and they work above and beyond to make teaching matter, and they really succeed. At the college, you're going to find a diverse array of research faculty. They focus on addiction, reproductive biology, neuroscience, infectious disease, global health. Our faculty are here for students who want to explore research with impact. We are home to a rich environment of undergraduates. I suspect some of you were undergraduates in our program. Graduate students, interns, and residents that all enrich our education here in our environment. Our teaching hospital, hope you've seen that, is home to a state-of-the-art facility for veterinarians that treat everything from birds to rabbits to horses, cows, pigs, dogs, cats. Highly trained specialists and amazing generalists are there. Excellent staff, and they're dedicated to teaching, because I'll tell you, most all of them have lots of opportunities outside of here. The reason they're here is because of you. They love their role in teaching. Our alumni are our new graduates and love our emphasis on communication training, diagnostic challenges, simulation-based education, and shelter medicine rotations, where you are going to get amazing firsthand surgery experiences. This recently, we've embarked on a new initiative in public health, and those students will be joining us this year. We have paraprofessional education and programs that enhance wellness and inclusion for all of our community members. We've invested in facilities upgrades. Your labs over the years are going to be in brand new labs in Bustad Hall. We have new space for simulation-based education and for student success. So we're continuing to grow in those ways. As students, you're going to be quite busy. You will find that to be true. But find at least one thing here while you're at the college to make your mark, whether it's a passion project, the Palouse, a student club. I invite you to leave whatever that mark is. So that's just a taste of who we are and where we are. But for today, we have a rite of passage. And as Dr. Sprunger introduced, the ceremony is to welcome you as a new veterinary students into the medical profession. As health professionals, you are bound, as we all are, by the commitment that binds all veterinarians. The ceremony is meant to use the symbol of the white coat and align that symbol with the virtues of altruism, responsibility, duty, honor, respect, and compassion. You are ready? Today we welcome you with open arms into our profession, wherever you begin. Enjoy your ceremony.
Thank you, Dean Borgeson. There was one other person who was intending to be on stage with us this evening, the president of the Montana Veterinary Medical Association. Unfortunately, Dr. Kaufman is under the weather and wasn't able to join us today. Happily, we have Dr. Gary Marshall here who has volunteered to fill in and will extend a few words of greeting and inspiration to our students as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sprunger, and the rest of you up there. Thank you. That was great, Dean. Good job. So I'm Gary Marshall, and I am a past president of the Washington State Vet Med Association, but I'm not there anymore. But I get the opportunity today to represent both the Montana Vet Med Association, Idaho Vet Med Association, Washington State Vet Med Association. I'd like to welcome the students of the class of 2028 to Washington State University's College of Veterinary Medicine. I'd also like to acknowledge and welcome all the family and friends here today to witness this ceremony. And for those who are new to Pullman and the Palouse region, an additional welcome to this beautiful and friendly corner of the country. And finally, to those of you who have studied here before, go Cougs. Class of 2028. I'd also like to welcome you to this incredible milestone in your journey. Today, as you don your white coats for the first time, you're not just putting on a piece of clothing, you're embracing a new identity, one you've worked tirelessly to achieve. For most of your lives, the goal of getting into vet school has been everything. That goal has now been achieved. You've made it. You're here. My question to you today is, what comes next? Getting into vet school was an enormous achievement, one that required focus, sacrifice, and determination. But now that you've reached this goal, it's time to shift your focus. This isn't the end of the journey. It's the beginning of a new one. So I encourage you to ask yourselves, what are my goals now? What kind of veterinarian do I want to be? How can I make the most of this incredible opportunity? Your goals don't have to be rigid or narrowly defined. In fact, they should evolve as you grow. Learn and experience more. Perhaps you'll discover a passion for a specific area of veterinary medicine, one that you never considered before. Maybe you'll be drawn to research, public health, animal welfare, or education. Or as I have for 35 years since I graduated from WSU, you'll find your greatest fulfillment in the relationships you build with clients and their animals in general practice. The beauty of this profession is that it offers endless possibilities for you to explore and make a difference. Remember this journey. This journey is not just about mastering the science and skills of veterinary medicine. It's about finding meaning and purpose in what you do. It's about becoming not just a doctor of veterinary medicine, but also a compassionate caregiver, a lifelong learner, and an advocate for the voiceless. As you move forward, I encourage you to set goals that inspire and challenge you. Don't be afraid to dream big, and don't be afraid to change direction if your interests evolve. The only limit to what you can achieve is the limit of your imagination. But as you set these new goals, please be kind to yourself and your classmates. Veterinary school is demanding, and the pressures can be intense. It's important to take care of your well-being, checking in on your friends, seek support when you need it, and to remember why you chose this path in the first place. So as you receive your white coat today, think about what it represents. It's not just a symbol of your past achievements, but a blank canvas for your future. The journey ahead will be challenging, but it will also be filled with opportunities to grow, to make a difference, and to find joy in the work you do. Congratulations on reaching this incredible milestone. We can't wait to see where your journey takes you from here. Thank you.
All right. It is now time for the presentation of the white coats. Students will be coded alphabetically in groups according to their campus. We'll begin with the 56 Washington residents and 28 non-residents who are coming from 12 different states. I do want to note that a professional photographer is present to take photos. The audience members should feel free to take pictures from your seats, but please do be careful to avoid the aisles here where the students will be leaving and returning to their seats. So I'd now like to introduce Dr. Jeff Abbott, who is our Assistant Dean for Professional Students, who will be introducing the individuals of the class of 2028 as they receive their white coats.
Thank you, Dr. Springer. The College of Veterinary Medicine maintains high academic standards and expects its students to exhibit impeccable moral, ethical, and professional standards of conduct. You have been approved by the faculty of our college to begin your pursuit of the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. It is our pleasure to symbolize this approval by presenting each of you with a white laboratory coat. These coats have been provided by veterinary practitioners and individual donors throughout the states of Washington, Idaho, and Montana as an indication of their support for you and our veterinary medical program. The ceremony, together with the events of this week, marks the beginning of your path toward joining the time-honored and revered veterinary profession. Dr. Marshall will representing the Washington State Veterinary Medical Association, will coat the first third of our Pullman cohort. And I ask for your patience with my pronunciations. I will do my best. Lilia Arzate. Miguel Sue Von Holzer. Miguel Paige Breckstein. Angelica Gozun Bautista. Baron. Brian Elizabeth Billings. L. Elizabeth Black. Anna Marie Blackburn. Alyssa June Bothwell. Elizabeth Callies. Jordan Ann Cassidy. Carolyn Grace Kay. Iris Chen. Fletcher Christiansen. Alyssa Chun. Megan Conray. JJ Ann Pintois. Deanna Lynn Coyle. Coyle. Ann Christie. Lorelei Leilani Duran. Chloe Ettinger. Leon Gagnon Fowles. Zachary Richard Forbes. Sue Gariano. Christian J. Mondina Gumbayo. Yesenia Gonzalez Toribio. Ayla Gray. Thank you, Dr. Marshall. I will now ask Dr. John Copeland, representative of the Idaho Veterinary Medical Association, to quote the next portion of our Pullman cohort. Sophia Azel Grayson. Grace Ella Groats. Richard Hatta. Alex Herzog. Andrew Hewitt. Chandler James Heilman. Rochelle Joni Hunt. Whitney Ashley Inman. Diana Shizue Paya. Sharon Kim. Mary Leor Plasner. Samantha Ann Morgan Clover. Jessica Nicole Knott. Priya Kumar. Samantha Marie Larson. Reagan Abigail Logan. Elena Jessica Martin. Mazzucchelli. Trinity Victoria McCain. Anne McDonald. Graciana Irene Mecklenburg. Reina Irene Merrow. Louise Meyer. Alexandra Salvador Miller. Kristen Lee Morrow. Shota Turcot Nakazawa. Kileo Kalani Parbo. Kate Hosling. Thank you, Dr. Copeland. I'll ask Dr. Ryerson, Assistant Director of the Montana Cooperative Veterinary Medicine Program, to quote the final portion of the Pullman students. Rebecca Pike. Bianca Angelina Plowman. Sarah Ray. Leah Rose Ray. Lorinda Lou Richardson. Sarah Ruckty. Reagan M. Ruggiero. Elizabeth Marie Sandy. Sarah May Schmidt. Holly Sierra. Emily Schrock. Ashley Valentina Silva. Takahashi Small. Kira Elizabeth Smith. Grace Ellen Snyder. Hunter Spielvogel. Marilyn K. Stevens. Ray Stock. Bailey Tellinghusen. Olivia Thompson. Cheyenne Lynn Tully. Eric Vergara Barrios. Carrie Louise Vinci. Wong. Alexander Gavin Watkins. Yara Wells. Charlotte Gentry Wilson. Sorry. Olivia Kelly Young. This concludes our first group of students. I will now ask Dr. John Copeland, representative of the Idaho Veterinary Medical Association, to come back to the stage and quote our Idaho resident students. These 12 students are all residents of Idaho. Jose Aguila. Kinley Grace Anderson. Benzinger. April Lee Buffington. Taylor Denny. Sarah Jordan Hathaway. Briar William Jones. Jackson Todd Marsh. Emma Sue Schneider. Olivia Kate Shaw. Elnora Rose Stegelmeyer. Tessa Williams. Thank you, Dr. Copeland. Dr. Ryerson will now quote our students beginning on the Montana campus. 12 Montana residents and 4 non-residents from 3 different states will spend 1 year on our Bozeman campus at Montana State University before transitioning here to WSU on the Pullman campus for years 2 through 4. JC Marie Ayers. Carolyn Boozer. Elena Hazel Bruscotter. Olivia Aya Fletes. Mia Flower Foster. Caitlin Nicole Frank. Molly Garrettson. Delaney Jane Hinman. Muriel Milligan Hawksworth. Justin Bennett Marsh. Shelby Lynn Martinell. Kayla Erin McClintock. McKenna Davy Quirk. Sarah Olivia Welburn. Wei Wang. Boxiao Zhang. We can have the dignitaries go ahead and take your seats. Will all of the members of the class of 2028, please rise and join me in reciting the veterinary student oath as it is printed on the back of your program. Just a minute. Ready? As a veterinary student in the WSU regional program in veterinary medicine, I solemnly swear to use my scientific knowledge and skills for the benefit of society through the protection of animal health and welfare, the prevention and relief of animal suffering, the conservation of animal resources, the promotion of public health, and the advancement of medical knowledge. I will practice my profession conscientiously, with dignity, and in keeping with the principles of veterinary medical ethics. I accept as a lifelong obligation the continual improvement of my professional knowledge and competence. Congratulations to our official class of 2028. The students will be staying in their seats for a few minutes for group pictures. Their friends and family are welcome to move to the concourse. The CBM photographer will be available on the concourse for individual photos once class photos are complete. Thank you all for coming and have a wonderful day.